live, yo.
Pop up pod them.
Pop up episode 75, I think. It's 75. It's definitely 75.
Something like that.
Welcome back.
We back. It's been almost 30 days. It's been like 3 weeks. So, but the good news about that is that there's been a lot of craziness going on. So
a lot.
Big facts.
A lot. So we're going to jump right into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about, though, I don't think this is something that's too crazy, but it has been in the media. We're going to talk about the Good Morning America affair situation that's been going on. I don't know if y'all been hearing about it. Yeah, bro. It's an interesting topic. So first off, have y'all, before this situation, because this is kind of something that I've been wondering. Before this situation, did y'all know about these two people or about Good Morning America like that, or
not really, bro? Cause
to be honest,
I ain't
go
really,
ahead.
I ain't really watched Good Morning America like that. It's been a
that's it, right? That's a show they're on, right? Or no?
Yeah, it's Good Morning America.
Okay, cool. So you said before this, you didn't really mess with it like that.
Nah.
Same here. I agree, but at the same time, I know my mom, while she be getting ready for work, I be hearing her listening to, her morning shows, and sometimes that's what's on TV. And I always thought Michael Strahan was on the show, so I was surprised that he wasn't even there.
I think maybe that's a whole different show, or
nah, it's definitely Good Morning America.
Because it's the one you're talking about is Michael Strahan and Kelly. Is her name something like Kelly or something like that?
Is it I might be thinking of a different show. Who knows? They all the same.
Because I think that one, it used to be Regis and Kelly back in the day, and then Regis
right, and they switched it.
And then
I think he used to be on Good Morning America. I think he's
so what's the show with him and the girl now? That's the affair situation is happening with. Because I could just be wrong.
It's Good Morning America.
So then what's the show Michael Strahan is on?
I think he was on Good Morning America, but maybe, I don't know, different segments, I guess.
Right. Let's not get too sidetracked.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So whatever. It's Good Morning America. First, let me ask y'all. All right. So I asked y'all that, but let me ask y'all. So do you think, as far as co-hosts go with these shows, because there's a lot of them, as we saw from the confusion that we just had, do you think a lot of this kind of stuff is probably going on within?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know how I go with work, I guess workplace relationships type deal. And especially since this situation happened, I don't even know how much months after the Celtics situation. You know what I'm saying?
The one with
Ime Udoka. So it's this is just, it just happens. Unfortunately, I guess.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, but the only thing about the situation that doesn't sit well with me though is just the fact that they trying to throw all the blame on him, but it's man, it takes two people to tango though. What about her? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, yeah, and the thing with that is from what I've been reading is which I still don't think is that big of a deal, but they're saying that he's been having multiple affairs with a lot of different women from the network and from the actual set of the show. But at the same time, like you said, they're kind of trying to just shift all the blame towards him. And, from the pictures and stuff, it looks like they were not just sexually involved. It looked like they were having a full-blown relationship. They were going on trips.
Full-blown affair type.
Yeah, real affair. You know what I mean? So like you said, they're putting the blame on him. He was suspended from the show and not allowed to do it. She was not suspended. But I think from what I read earlier today, she hasn't been on it in the past couple of days. I think they both have been.
I think.
And then I'm also reading.
I think they fired. Go ahead. I think they fired him, if anything.
Yeah, that's what I said. They fired him. That's not what I said.
Yeah. My bad. I thought you meant they kind of suspended him.
No, sorry. I meant, I did say suspended. That's why I messed up. It was not just suspension, but he's fired. He's not on the show no more. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. And and from what I read too, not only are they both kind of obviously not on the show this past week, but I read that they're kind of trying to focus more on making their relationship serious, which I'd assume is going to happen because I guess both of their partners are probably not feeling them right now individually. So probably makes sense that they would just run into the arms of each other. So,
But you know what I also did hear. First of all, like they both their relationships on each side was kind of like hanging on a hinge type deal. Like
yeah.
it was already on its outs.
Yeah.
And this situation isn't new apparently for the both of them. Like so they've been through this situation before, I guess.
Yeah. Especially for TJ Holmes, from what I read. So,
Yeah.
So the question
Tragic.
though, go ahead. Were you gonna say something, Clay? Or
Oh no, I was just saying tragic.
oh yeah, very tragic. Yeah, indeed. Question though. So we've seen things like this happen with other people in the past and other celebrities and stuff. Probably most notably was when Tiger Woods got caught doing his affair, and he was almost basically shunned from golf, and he didn't play for a couple of years. So my question is, do you guys think that when personal things such as, like sexual relationships or, anything unethical that happens outside of the workplace, should it affect the professional environment that you're working in? Like, should you even be able to be suspended?
I honestly feel like you shouldn't be suspended, but at the same time, it just depends on how much of that outside activity ends up working its way into the workplace. Because unless the two people that are involved in the relationship or the situationship are good at keeping it private, you know what I'm saying? Words spread. You tell your best friend, she tell her best friend. Pretty soon, everybody could know, and then it becomes a work-related issue because of something that happened on the outside. So it's really a slippery slope. I feel like it is possible, but it depends on how each person in that situation plays the variables. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
the second it's not private, then the outside situation becomes a work-related situation because people at work are going to be talking about it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. There's
And then that's when it starts to look unprofessional. Yeah.
there's a few places that I've worked that like I don't know if it was like literally one of them unwritten rules or it was actually in a rule book or a handbook that none of the employees could get into relations with each other. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
If that's the case, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of places that I actually worked, that was like one of the things. I never seen it on paper, but you would always hear it like, oh,
Yeah.
you can't get a relation because you'll be fired or this, that, and the other or whatever. So I'm pretty sure they set that rule in a lot of these like what I'm saying companies. Like when I seen it happen on Good Morning America, I already knew like they're probably somebody's gonna get fired. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of time with those big companies, that rule is in effect. So it wasn't something that I didn't see coming.
Yeah, for sure. If that rule is in any way written into their contracts, or if, it was in their training, for the job, whatever, then yeah, obviously, then that's the case. But if not, then well, like you said, it probably is. I'd imagine with a company like that, it's probably on the basis of like, look, if you do it, just don't get caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But they obviously got caught, so it's like you said, someone has to get fired. But yeah, so we'll keep up what happens with TJ Holmes. I hope he gets to keep his job because it's not like the brother's like an actor. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's out there just
or
getting
at
acting
least
roles.
at least find another job. Like
Find something. Yeah, I hope someone. I hope he finds a home somewhere, if not back
Yeah.
at Good Morning America. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Next, let's talk about Kyrie Irving real quick. Let's talk about Kyrie Irving and the Nets. First off, before we even get into, do you say something?
Nah. Go ahead.
Okay, my bad. Before we even get to with the Kyrie and the Nike situation, I haven't really been keeping up with it, so I'm gonna ask either one of y'all. I'd assume, how are the Nets doing? I've been like seeing. I know KD has been going ham, but like overall, how they've been
Kyrie been doing his
struggling.
thing too.
Doing this thing too, right? Yeah.
Kyrie
Okay.
doing his thing too, but they've been struggling. You can tell. They taking it a day at a time, and the days where they heavy in the news, it definitely takes a toll on them in the locker room because it shows when they're playing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and they don't really have like a strong, structured team, so they don't really have high expectations this season anyway. But they're struggling a little bit, and part of that is because of everything going on with Kyrie. He's a continuous distraction, unfortunately.
Okay,
I
so you
don't, I
think
don't,
so you feel like
I don't think it
no?
has.
Hold on, Don. Let me
Go
ask
ahead.
you first, and then do you think Clay that so you really think that Kyrie's the antics, I guess they wouldn't call it antics, but what's going on with him outside the court, you think it's really having an effect on the team itself?
Yeah, but not in a big way, but enough to where it does make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see it. Like there's players that are now because they're on his team. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Sometimes they're being asked questions where it's like they either
Yeah.
have to choose to defend him or not defend him, or whether they want to get in on the conversation. Then it's like it's part of their problem. Now it's very like how journalists are always going to try their best to get their information, and you can't blame them. But
Yeah.
it does make it uncomfortable for the players that have to play on the same team as him, especially because he's playing now. It's going to happen until all the noise about it kind of quiets down. Which I mean, I'm not sure when really.
Right. Right. Don, what did you say? So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say like so. I don't think like because Kyrie came back and went straight to hooping. Last time I checked, the Nets like they were out of out of playoff contention, or it's too early like really to say playoff contention, but they weren't within the first top 8. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
Now they are. So they doing their thing. Maybe like the Kyrie situation kind of hindered them because they could be like the top. You know what I'm saying? Three teams right now, or you know what I'm saying, even top
It's
2
possible.
in the East. I feel like they'll still get there though. Like Kyrie did a real good bounce back, and he's actually being. I don't know if y'all seen like interviews or post game interviews with him lately,
Mm-hmm.
after the games and stuff like that. He's just really strictly basketball now. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
good.
they'll ask him questions, and they'll try and get a little spicy with the questions, but he'll just be like straight to basketball. Boom, answer the question, call it a day, on to the next. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
he's it seemed like he's a little more focused than normal, which is good.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
good.
That's good. That's good. So as far as the situations outside of the court, obviously we spoke about recently on on past podcasts about the whole him reposting the Amazon the video that's on the Prime Video or the whatever the Holocaust
Amazon.
propaganda, I don't know, whatever it is. He reposted it, and that is what started this whole controversy with him. And so obviously that led to Nike permanently cutting ties with him. And that led to him, I believe, when he came on the court the other day, he had like on a pair of sneakers. He blacked out the Nike symbol and wrote that he was free from. I mean, he didn't say specifically what he was free from, but
I'm free.
he said, "I'm free." So first, I wanted to ask y'all, like, what? Because different people had opinions on whether he should have done that or not, or whether it was kind of corny, or some people even thought it was stupid of him to still even wear the sneaker, even though he, blocked it out, because it was like they were basically saying you're still a slave to them because you're still wearing the sneaker, which I think is an interesting take. It's not exactly how I feel, but so starting with Don, what do you think about that whole statement?
Maybe well, then again, what other sneaker could he have worn without like speculations, like people gonna
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
be like, oh, he's signing with this person, this, that, and the other. So I guess he probably got mad Nikes, and this is the one he decided to wear for the game. Blacked out as much as he could the Nike symbol or whatever, and put "I'm free." Maybe he really feels like he's free. Maybe like he'll get a better contract from a different sneaker company. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think he's saying he's free from?
I would if I'm thinking, I would say like just like not just only the contract, but kind of being a slave per se to Nike. You know what I mean? Like he can be his own person now without like if he speaks on something, he can speak about it. He don't have to worry about Nike checking him, type deal. Hopefully it's not low, but he don't have to worry about Nike checking him. He don't have to worry about none of that. Like he's just free from all of that BS. But it also takes a cut of your paycheck or whatever. But it is what it is sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you think he should be worried money-wise or no?
Nah, man. These hoopers, they do right with if they do right with their money, they straight like off just NBA salary. They should be
Right.
straight off of NBA salary if they doing right with their bread. You know what I mean? You ain't really got to worry about your sneaker deal, but it just really
Right.
depends on how you doing with your bread.
Right. All right. Well, what about you, Clay? What do you think as far as that statement that he made with those sneakers?
Excuse me. Yeah, as far as the whole thing with the sneakers, I mean, as far as why he wore them, I mean, Nike did design the sneakers specifically for how he plays. So I don't blame him for still wearing them so he could play his best. But in terms of, him being free, I agree exactly with what Don said. He's not saying he's free or necessarily that he's like a slave per se, but more so he doesn't have to necessarily worry about, oh, I could say this and I don't got to worry about Nike threatening me to cut my deal or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's just me, my NBA salary, and as long as what I talk about is outside of being interviewed post game, pre game interviews, then you know what I'm saying it's not gonna mess with my ball salary. So um, I totally get the statement and I understand it, and I think he has not as much, but just around the right amount of fan base, just like how Kanye being cut from all his endorsements. I believe he has a strong enough fan base where I think they'll do just fine without any endorsements. They'll be their own endorser because, in my opinion, him being let go from Nike, I believe that the value of his shoes have gone up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. And so okay, so basically you're saying you don't think he should be worried money wise or anything like that.
Oh yeah, and definitely shouldn't be worried money wise. Just like Don said, investment, they've definitely been doing that. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Usually the smart ones and those with good agents, know to do that. But yeah, he definitely should be straight regardless.
Right. Nothing in the chat, right? Nothing?
Yeah, nah, not right now.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you think this situation, like what happened with obviously with Kyrie, do you think this will kind of tame other and upcoming NBA players from, acting out or doing anything, or do you think they should use this and see what happened with him as a kind of a sign that if you stick to your guns about things, which I want to say he stuck to his guns, but he didn't do fully what they wanted him to do, obviously. And he still walked out all right. And I feel like he's still playing for his team. He's obviously not in the Kanye West situation, which is just
But then again, I mean, Kyrie's situation, like I said, it was kind of super heightened almost for no real deal reason. Like, he really didn't do much at all. They really was trying him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I've seen that interview too. Not to cut you off, I've seen that interview too, and that shit got me tight when they first started doing all that. I'm like, yo, really?
Yeah, he kind of I think Kyrie got himself in the wrong thing by mistake at the wrong time type deal. And Kyrie already, that man, he's the type to really just speak his mind. But I don't think he did like much at all. And then it's kind of like both sides kind of were amping him up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even only the NBA, the people who wanted him to apologize type side. It was also the Hebrew Israelite type side. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I don't even think Kyrie was like siding with that side type deal. Like They were like acting like he was one of them straight up. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they was going in. So Kyrie was just like he was just in. You know what I'm saying? That situation. So it worked out. It worked out good for him because he came back. He hooping. He's not really like talking crazy or talking not necessarily crazy, but just steering off
of talking crazy.
Yeah, steering off of basketball.
Not telling no fans the SMD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was wilding last season. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, bro came back hooping though. I can't count. He came back hooping, doing his thing, and that's all that really matters right now. So.
Yeah, when he wants to, he definitely, he balls when he wants to. You know what I'm saying? So, like when he cares about that more than he cares about what's going on the outside. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So we don't keep up with Kyrie and Nike, which I guess is nothing to keep up with because obviously that situation is done. But
we'll see.
I am interested in seeing
Kyrie.
if. Huh?
I said we'll see. We're talking about Kyrie here.
Yeah, that's true. Like we'll see because you never know. I wouldn't be surprised, but I do feel like maybe I'm interested to see if any other sneaker companies, if he'd be interested in any other ones, what they would do with it. You know what I mean? Like what they would drop. Because I always liked the Nikes. I thought they were alright. Certain colorways I think were cool. Yeah, but definitely interesting to see what would happen. Moving on though, let's talk about a little bit about, because I don't think this is like, I don't know that much about it, but the Takeoff murder situation. A young man was charged, a man named Patrick Clark. He was recently granted $5,000 by the judge to allow him, I believe, to
get defense or something.
Get a, not even defense. I think
private
like
investigator.
Like a private investigator. Because he's saying that he, which is what's interesting. He's saying he did not do this at all. He from DNA, he was obviously at the scene of the crime. He's in pictures and photos and stuff like that, but he claims he was not the trigger man.
I wonder how that even works, because like, so he's not even okay. That I guess he's not on trial yet, so he's probably like, hey, just give me like.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's obviously going to come up, so he has to get his lawyers need something. He's got to someone's got to investigate.
I was about to say.
So he wants to situate that, like get his private investigator to find out who really shot Takeoff.
I don't think that's a wormhole he might not want to go down, bro. He might just want to take this L for this one, because I feel like either way with this, because this is my thing, right? One, when I first heard it, I thought, okay, this is even if he's not the shooter, which I honestly don't think he is, this is the fall guy.
Yeah.
But this is the fall guy. The fall guy don't normally go saying he's not. The point of being the fall guy is to take the fall. You don't go take $5,000 from a judge to hire a private investigator to prove that you're not the shooter. So that means that whoever really is responsible for this is probably very happy that he's in this situation that he's in. Sure. And I'd imagine they don't want that to get reversed. So started with Clay. What do you think about Patrick's situation here? Because I'd assume he's going to use this $5,000 to go investigate, and the investigator might find out some stuff, So what do you think?
I mean, I'm not really sure what the investigator gonna find necessarily, but I mean, hey, more power to him. You know what I'm saying? But like, I kind of agree with you. I don't really think there's anything he could really do for real.
Yeah, I think I personally think whether or not Patrick Clark is Takeoff's murderer, he's about to be the face. He's about to be it.
Pinned on him. It's over with.
Even that's what I'm saying. Maybe not even pinned. I feel like maybe these situations keep happening a lot, and these police, and then you got to remember the whole mafia thing with Jay Prince and stuff is involved. So you don't know what kind of hold they got over police in Houston or that section or whatever. You don't know. Yeah. And I don't know none of this. I'm not involved, so I'm just speaking hypothetically. But so if that's the case, right? I'd imagine they're pressed to be like, look, we got to give the world answers. Takeoff is probably one of the most famous rappers to get shot and killed this way since XXXTentacion. And, even he wasn't, I would say he wasn't near Takeoff's level of fame yet. So, so I'd imagine they're just like, yo, we gotta put this on somebody. You know what I mean? That he was there. He's in pictures and stuff and videos. He admitted himself that he was clearly there. And I'd imagine it's easy to just put the gun in his hand. So pinned or not, all I'm saying is it looks like he's gonna take this out. So
that is true.
They said I seen something where he's not allowed. He has a no contact order with Jay Prince Jr. And apparently Jay Prince Jr. or the Jay Prince family or whatever that is. They said they want their name like out of the court case, the court documents. And I'm like, bro, how much pull you gotta have or think you have to just be like, yeah, I want my name out of that court case now.
Yep. Yep.
Like that's crazy. So I believe it.
I'll be baffled if they get that done.
Yeah, that'll be insane. But I believe it got something to do with Jay Prince and his people. One of his peoples. It was them. And they just,
and that doesn't necessarily mean, because there's people that outright think this was like a hit job or something.
Yeah, I don't think it was a hit.
I don't think it's all of that. I feel like it's an accident that went down. And if Jay Prince is involved, he's just like, look, we got to clean it up. We just don't want to be too, because you got to remember, this guy's, whatever he's doing outside of the business, he's in the music business fully. He's very, very affiliated with he's like Drake's literally like godfather, basically. You know what I mean? So I'd imagine he don't want his public name tied in too much with any kind of quote unquote mob tie situation. So Um, so yeah, like I said, Patrick Clark, good luck with that 5K, but I don't think, you know what I mean, I don't think it's gonna do him much good with this because, you know what I mean, that's it. So what I'm gonna ask with this one though, we're gonna start with Don, and then Clay, you can answer the same question. Is like we just mentioned, this has been happening a lot. This is, this is big nut. This is, I don't even know what number this is, but this year alone, I know it was like I heard it was close to 20 or something like that of rappers that died. Um, when it comes to these kind of ones like this, like what happened here with Takeoff, do you guys think that rap itself should be held responsible? And that obviously you can't hold
Mhm.
a thing like a theoretical thing like rap responsible. It's not.
Uh,
But
I mean, I guess I would say the culture needs to be held responsible. The
yeah, that's
rap
what I mean.
culture, yeah, definitely, for sure. The rap culture should definitely be responsible. Um, I mean, because I don't know. I feel like if the culture wasn't the way it is, a lot of them killings probably wouldn't be happening. A lot of them not. It wouldn't completely stop it, but I feel like a lot of them wouldn't happen if the culture wasn't the way it was.
I agree. Definitely, if the culture wasn't the way it was, if people didn't continue to, push the violence in their music, especially when it's not even who they really are, you know what I'm saying? And if there was more genuinity and, you know what I'm saying, and less violence, definitely something like that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, it's the culture is definitely to blame to a certain degree, damn near most of it. You know what I'm saying? So for sure, for
Okay.
sure. I
Yeah, I
agree.
don't know if I don't know. I guess I could say the culture is to blame. I feel like still we should, sometimes we put ourselves in certain situations we shouldn't be in, and
But I would say
but
that ties in with the culture because, like you said, like if that's the image you're gonna put on, or what I'm saying, they the Migos, not he was Takeoff, like, and he was with who, Quavo was there, like, what
right,
better image to have than shooting dice and gambling with a bunch of niggas around you, like.
it's facts.
Like you get that
But
on camera, you gonna look lit. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's
you gonna look
facts.
like that nigga. So it
That's
just comes
facts.
with the culture. You feel me?
But I was thinking the other day though, like you know, certain situations, like I said, is like you technically like look at Young Dolph, right?
Mm-hmm.
He knew he had obviously very serious problems
Mm-hmm.
with people that were very close in proximity to where he lived and operated and worked, and he put himself in a situation where he was very vulnerable, and then something very vulnerable happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Like so, and I was listening to like Get Rich or Die Trying the other day, and it's crazy because that actually came out what 03 or something like that.
Around there, yeah,
Like
yeah.
03, 04, something like that,
And 50 Cent says I don't think he was doing this stuff at the time, but it's not too far from some of the things these guys are saying that they're doing. And remember at this time 50 Cent was in serious beef with Murder Inc. and Ja Rule and the niggas, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Very
And
true.
you gotta remember when he was doing all of this, obviously all that beef and stuff, and he knew Ja Rule and him from Queens and whatever went down with his whole record deal and all that Jam Master Jay stuff, whatever. But when 50 Cent was like recording on wax the crazy shit that he was saying through this album, he was in Los Angeles with Dr. Dre and Eminem. He was nowhere
Yeah,
near
yeah.
any situation where somebody who would hear that and be upset would be able to even retaliate. And
Word.
still, he used it in a smart way because he walked around with the bulletproof vest. He like originated that and stuff like that and make it look like he was really in danger. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
nigga was not in danger.
I remember that shit, bro.
He was not in danger. And as you might say what you want to say about that, but I think that's like doing what these niggas is doing now, but doing it smarter. There's
Word.
literal lyrics on Get Rich or Die Trying where he says the DA going I say something, the DA gonna want to play in court, blah blah blah. Like
Right.
he talks about RICO charges, he talks about all these things. And so for me, it's like, bro, if you know you can do your thing and be this, like Clay says, some of y'all ain't even really about this life that you're preaching. You could be about it or not, but why? Look at K Flock. Why you got to be in the same environment where these things are happening?
But you know what? Yeah, I feel that, right? But the thing is with 50, that was like that was it seemed like a long time period with that, you know what I'm saying, all that beef happened, but it was actually really short. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Dolph was constant throughout his whole career. That's what he had to do. Like remember the whole 100 shots shit that he like. My man, somebody literally tried to
100
assassinate
shots.
this man,
100
and he
shots.
made you know what I'm saying. He made that 100 shots, and he was getting lit.
Nigga,
So
the same shit happened to 50 Cent.
yeah. No, what I'm saying is 50 Cent used that and got his fame or whatever, but it's not like he went back and created more beef with motherfuckers and you know what I'm saying? Like
he basically did, bro. You got. Do you remember Piggyback? Piggyback, the nigga like went Kanye West and just like 10 niggas on one rack.
Yeah, but I see what he's saying though. He did it in a more like on his level way. He didn't go back and diss people in the hood.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
he didn't go
dissed
back
people
fucking
on
with
his
hood
level.
niggas.
But I'm saying, but
Right.
okay, but that's what I'm talking about. The people that they're, and it's not me, the people that they're claiming is responsible for this Young Dolph thing is Yo Gotti and CMT or whatever they are, CME, whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's Young Dolph's level. He was them niggas. They did it. It would be just like if Irv Gotti and them was so salty. And you know what I think too? I feel like that is exactly what Yo Gotti had in his mind. He's like, yo, this nigga ain't about to 50 Cent us, bro. Because Dolph was doing it. Look what happened. All of a sudden, Dolph dies. Everybody in on that clique gets up. Glorilla, Moneybag. Who else? Who else is on there? The nigga that's locked up now, Mozzie from California. Mm-hmm. All these niggas' numbers start going up as soon as these niggas eliminate, quote unquote, I don't know, eliminate Young Dolph, right? So imagine it would be just like if Irv Gotti, when 50 Cent dropped after he dropped in the club, probably he was like, nah, this nigga gotta go. You know what I'm saying? We can't do no more damage. But
they would have took over.
Granted, I feel some shit like that. I feel like I don't know. 50 Cent had to have. It's probably like he probably really knew them niggas wasn't really on
really
that.
about it. Like they wouldn't do nothing.
He had to. You don't go egging.
Unless you think Young Dolph is crazy, he had to have thought the same thing. He was buying cookies by himself in a store. He had to have this mind. These niggas ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? With no vest, nothing.
Because I'm thinking like 50 Cent really had to know these niggas was not gonna do nothing. Like, cause they weren't the dudes that really they weren't the ones that shot him. They weren't the ones that put the. I don't think so. 50 Cent.
No. And
he was messing with like who was that?
I don't think so.
It was that
From
one.
From I'm mistaken, maybe Clay
dude.
would remember or not. I don't think so.
Nah, it wasn't them. It was that one. He's locked up right now.
Allegedly.
Okay. It was allegedly him, but that one top dude, dope boy. That 50 Cent wasn't at that time. He wasn't going at him on no records. Because then that'll be a different story.
Irv Gotti and them niggas still had put them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they could have done it. I don't know, but I'm saying like. It's not like there was nobody. It's not like he
had to have known something like, yeah, these niggas ain't really going.
Yeah, he had to know, but like I said, he also probably knew. He's like, nigga, these little niggas like Ja Rule, he probably got little dudes in Queens that still would do whatever on me for 20 racks, maybe even. I'm not going to Queens by myself. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't do that. He probably made sure anything he did was outside of that environment. That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, if Dolph was not in Memphis that night, he probably would have been that day. He probably would have be alive right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, 50 Cent's a little smarter than, you know what I'm saying, some of the dudes that's doing stuff right now. So I'll give it to him. You're right. This shit was probably all calculated in his head. He seemed like the calculated type person. A lot of these other dudes, I can't say this.
And also, I think, too, I'd assume that Eminem and Dr. Dre probably had something to do with it, too, and told him, look, nigga, we putting too much money in you to even risk you being out there. We'll do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? You live out here, niggas not gonna run up on you. You know what I'm saying? So,
because if a nigga tried to assassinate me 100 shots, bro, I'm out of the game that next day. But I'll be like, yo, hey, I'm good. I'm good on this one. Y'all
got retiring.
That. Yeah. 100 shots, bro. That's OD. That's military shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so shout out to Patrick Clark. Good luck. The 5K, we're gonna keep up with that story once the trial starts. Also, when the Gunna and Thugger trial starts, which I mean, I saw today that the lawyers put in notions to have the trial not be filmed at all. Which I don't know. Hopefully,
which one, Gunna
I'm
or
hoping
this one?
Gunna and Thugger. Which I think they're gonna be tried together, right? I think I don't know. I think so. We'll have to get a.
That starts next week.
Sure. No. I think it's like we talked about it last time. I think it's like January, sometime in January.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure we said January.
Yeah, I think it's January.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that they allow cameras in because I think it would be a very interesting trial to watch.
Hip hop got too much
very
trials right now, boy.
Too much trials, bro. Moving on though, we're gonna talk about the trade of the century, the big trade. So seemingly out of nowhere, I'm sure this was talked about for a long time, unbeknownst to the rest of us. But Brittney Griner was traded for Victor Bout. I assume that's how you say his name. The Russian hitman, you call him Russian. I heard he even makes weapons all around this murder.
Yep.
Yeah. So first off, I don't know if you guys saw, but there's actually a video of the trade happening on the actual. Did you see the
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was the only thing about it I thought was kind of cool because I didn't think they actually did it like that. I was like, oh, she was like some movie shit.
Yeah, some movie
cool.
shit. For some reason, when I was watching it, I'm like,
other than that,
damn, hold on, Jay, it looked like you dropped out.
Oh shit, he dropped out like a motherfucker. What?
Yeah, he dropped out. He's gonna jump back in. Yeah, but yeah, that trade. Like I was gonna say, let me text him real quick that he dropped out. Sometimes you'll drop out and you don't even know.
That's crazy.
Let me just let him know. See, he don't even know he dropped out. Clay still in here. All right, yeah. So when I seen that video of Brittney Griner like walking, I'm like, bro, it's gonna be awkward. Like, I wonder if because I seen somebody shake the dude's hand, and I'm like, is Brittney Griner gonna shake his hand? That'll be awkward. Like, but she just like
that'd be very awkward.
Yeah. I was like, is she about to go shake this nigga hand? But she just like walked, hit the left turn.
But I thought that was crazy though that they dead ass did it like a.
That was like that really was some movie stuff. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I low-key had anxiety just watching that. I'm like, yo, what's gonna happen right now? You never know. Like, it could be some real deal movie stuff, a shootout bust out, or you know what I'm saying? Shootout bust out. We take Brittney Griner and the arms dealer with us.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if they tried to do some
really
like that.
Movie stuff. You hear Jay? He's back in here. I got the thing on mute, so.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Hold on, let me get him back in. Hold on. Oh, 1 second.
I don't know if he can hear you. I hear you though.
She probably has severe PTSD now. Rachel said.
Yeah, hold on. Do you hear Jay or not?
You can hear me?
I hear you. You hear Clay?
Okay, I hear you.
All right. We good to go. But yeah,
But
Jay,
yeah, I was gonna say that too. She definitely does have like some PTSD going on because I know they got her at a mental facility at one of like their armed bases and shit like that. So, I hope she gets all the help she needs because I mean to be in a what they called it a something like a penal camp or penal town, something like that. Like she was basically like working every day, like slaving, doing like yard work or something.
That. If you look, you see some videos. It didn't look like nothing crazy. Like it just looked like she was in some regular.
Ain't nothing wrong with that girl, man. She wanted to play basketball today. She was slam dunking and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That was legit. It was her with short hair because I seen something of her dunking.
Yeah, they made her cut her hair. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I seen a video of her dunking with dreads, and I was like, nah, that's not. I
mean, she could have went and got. I bet she probably came back to a bag, boy. I'm sure she probably went and got extensions or some shit. But I heard it was like today or yesterday they took pictures of her in the gym practicing dunking and shit like that.
For real?
Yeah.
I heard that, but I didn't see the pictures.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I seen a picture of her dunking, and it was like, oh, Brittney Griner's back in the gym dunking, and I was like, bro, that's an old picture, like on Twitter.
Yeah, maybe that picture was old, but yeah. So anyway, but what do y'all think about this trade, man? What do y'all think? What y'all think? Honest opinions, man. What y'all think?
I mean, it's like realistically, it is a crazy trade, like an arms dealer for Brittney Griner. But yo, people like, you know what I'm saying? We was advocating like everybody was like, yo, let's get we want BG back. We want BG back. They you know what I'm saying? They kind of
Yeah, but
forced their
not for
hand to
that
do
nigga. Nobody was saying that. Nobody specified. Not one person specified trade Brittney Griner for that nigga. Nobody specified that.
That was
the idea that came up. Niggas, the government kind of halfway said it. They didn't even fully tell us that it was, they kind of just put it in, and we all talked about it. But I didn't even see one celebrity say, yes, please trade Brittney. No one said all of that shit.
Yeah.
That's when I saw it was real. I was like, yo, they really did this shit. And, a lot of people are mad because there's what's this nigga's name? Paul Whelan, or how you say his name?
Oh, a Marine there?
The Marine, he's been trapped for 4 years.
Yeah, I seen that.
Right.
And you know what? Like, if the Brittney Griner, I think if the Brittney Griner case wasn't as big, they probably would have took him first. But it was so big, like, they was like, look, and apparently, supposedly, they still working on the Paul dude.
But dude, this doesn't make sense. How would they still be working on him? But people are, and not again, people. I'm not gonna say me because I don't even want to put my personal opinion in it. But but people are saying is that if we were even negotiating with Russia for people, if people was even on the trading block, you know what I'm saying? Why was not the guy who served his country and damn near lost his life? Well, I'm sure. He's not from what I hear, he's not just in some like regular prison. He's like, since he's in the military, he's like being tortured and shit like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like Brittney Griner at the end of the day, which is another thing we're going to talk about. At the end of the day, she's in there for a weed pen, bro. A weed pen that no one planted on her. She openly admitted in that Russian court that she left it in her bag, that she's the one who put it in there. Is it really? If I'm the Marine, bro, I did that for my country. I'm here for my country. I was out there. The most this girl did was play basketball on the court, bro. Let's not cap. And she's good at it, but it's not like she was even playing for like the American team overseas. She was playing for Russia at the time because obviously she wasn't even in the WNBA. So like, if I'm the Marine now, I'm like, bro, what did I do all this for?
I'd dead be tight if I was the Marine, bro. Like, I'd be like, nah, bro, y'all tripping. Hey, Russia, let me get that citizen real quick.
Yeah, I'll be like, and that's the risk.
Tripping,
this
bro.
Marine has probably been in there. He's probably been tortured, asked questions about America. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not giving shit up.
For sure.
Him now, if I'm him, I'm like, bro, give me a pen and a paper, bro. Give me a translator. I got some stuff to tell y'all.
But I got the answer to that. And some people I know, Casey probably somewhere in the chat, and he gonna bash me for this. But regardless of how much she makes per year as a WNBA player, who's bringing in more money right now?
What do you mean, like
she is.
Just in general?
So that's the reason. The Marine who been there for 4 years.
Oh yeah, well, money wise, but I don't think that's a fair comparison. This nigga's
it's not a fair comparison, but I'm saying as far as why they made such a strong effort to bring her back, because they know the economy is shit. They need her back for them to sell whatever they can already in the WNBA. And I ain't got nothing against WNBA because I'm a strong advocate for y'all, but you know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense why they was able to get her home in less than a year, and homie been out there for 4.
I hear what you're
saying.
That
doesn't make sense to me. What
it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me either.
What money is Brittney Griner? Because all right, let me ask. Well, y'all will probably know because I'm not even gonna put y'all in that position because y'all actually watch sports and shit. But I'm gonna speak for myself. Me, honestly, bro, and I'm sure other people that don't watch the WNBA like me, I did not know who this woman was before all this even started. Like, I could not have showed you a picture and said, that's Brittney Griner.
I knew who she was.
She's like the.
I'm sure y'all probably did, and there's plenty of people that do. But I'm sure a lot of people like me, even people that were advocating for this girl's release, did not really know who she was before this whole situation. So what kind of money was she really making for America? Because it's honest, right? If that's even the basis, right? Look how America is clearly blatantly, we're not even going to get into it because we've been talking about it too much, but look how they're blatantly, clearly throwing away Kanye West. I'm sure Kanye West has made more money for the American income system than any that Brittney Griner has made. Yeah. So what money could you really say other than her own for her team or for the WNBA? But what money did she really make in America?
I'm gonna tell you.
In terms of, go. You can answer the sports part of it, but in terms of the comparison to Kanye, we're gonna save that topic for another day because that I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, so like what Cleon said, like I kind of feel what you're saying. I don't fully like agree with it 100%, but with Brittney Griner, like if it was that, like because she's so huge with the like she is the WNBA, you know what I'm saying? Like she's their
As far as
star
the few
child,
players
like,
who are stars,
you know what I'm saying?
she's like the one.
So wait, hold on, pause. Let me ask you. So is she? Because like I said, I don't know nothing about WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is like Lisa Leslie and that's it. What Brittney Griner? You would say she like the LeBron James of the WNBA?
Yeah, she like the LeBron of the WNBA.
Right now, yeah, because she's the only one in the WNBA who's dunking consistently, and I think she's the first person to dunk since Lisa Leslie, or the only person since Lisa Leslie and Candace Parker. Parker.
Right now, there's others dunking at least. Like, I forgot her name.
I ain't seen.
Yeah, this big 6'7" chick, she dunking too. I think her name's like Lisa something, like Cambridge. You know Cambridge, Lisa Cambridge.
Liz Cambridge.
Liz Cambridge. Yeah, she be dunking.
I ain't never seen her dunk. I'm gonna have to look it up.
But nah, Brittney Griner, like, cause remember Brittney Griner.
But Brittney Griner is
2-time NBA champ, like, or 3-time or
something
crazy.
WNBA. I think it's 2-time WNBA champ. You know, she won the gold medal. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's the one of the focals, like, players that's leading. You know what I'm saying? Leading her team to victory. So, you know, like my NBA to WNBA comparison for her would say is she's like the female version, and I don't mean to be sexist when I say this. I'm just being strictly like, you know, NBA, WNBA. She's like the female version of Anthony Davis, I would say. Like if there was an Anthony Davis in the WNBA, it'd be her, Brittney Griner.
Okay, but EJ saying LeBron James, you saying Anthony Davis.
I think he's saying like play style, right? Like kind of like
I'm saying like play style, like how she plays. Okay. So you get an idea of like how she is. You know what I'm saying?
But
like
she is like she is the face of the
WNBA. But in terms of like the face, she's the LeBron James.
So I could see the NBA, kind of putting a little pressure on the government to get her situated.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Word. The NBA, the WNBA, and you know, like it's crazy politics when you get high up with them. You know what I'm saying? Paul Wheeler, he didn't really have. My bad, I said Wheeler. I don't know if that's his last name, but Paul whatever didn't have that a backing like that. Although he was a Marine in the freaking military, and he should be first priority. But when you got these big corporations backing you, and these are the people who probably even put money in your pocket when it comes to these political runs, like, yeah, you gonna listen to what they say first. These politics and politicians.
That's facts. But I hope people see like stuff like that, because everything that y'all saying is true. Mm-hmm. But I hope that people see that stuff like that is why certain groups of people have such strong hate towards minorities and things like basketball and hip hop culture and shit like that, because that nigga, I'm sure, got a whole family that's been waiting for this man to come home for 4 over years.
He's probably let me finish what I was gonna say. What I really think it is, though, although that could be the real solid point there, but I really think it was the people. Like, I mean, the campaigns that they was putting out for BG. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, nigga, but Joe Biden ain't about to free BG. He ain't about to free Thug and them niggas. You know what I'm saying? He's a bitch. Well, that don't got nothing to do with this anyway. But the point, he's only doing stuff that based off of what he's seen, because he doesn't know what to do. So he's only doing stuff that he's seen based off what liberal America and liberal media is like, you know, is screaming about. Right. Because only thing he seems to be making moves on is things that's global problem, not even a problem, but it's global things that everyone is kind of upset about. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say, because like I even seen it. Okay, so when Brittney Griner, first got arrested, right? Like everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Trump would have had Brittney Griner out, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. Biden and those people went and did it, got her out. You know what I'm saying?
And when you said people, you said people said what? People said Trump
a lot. Mad people saying, oh, Trump would have had her out. Like, been had her out. If it was under
like
Trump,
I said, I would have.
That's stupid.
Never.
Me, that's
because you have to remember, bro. A part of this happened because of Russia's intense hate for the government we have right now. When Trump was in there, him and Vladimir was fine. They wasn't best of buddies publicly, but they was clearly cool. They had no issues. I don't think Brittney Griner would have, and I think because this is another thing that we're going to talk about. A lot of people that I've been reading online and stuff have been saying that they don't even think she had that weed pen in there accidentally. People are saying there's no way out of all the time she's been over there that she could have just randomly thought that, that left it in there. I feel like what it was, she was constantly, when Trump was in power and shit like that, she had no problem going over there. And a lot of these people that had no issues and probably get caught with stuff. But because of the situation now, they seen it in her bag and they're like, nope, get that shit. She ain't doing this to us again. You get what I'm saying? We're not going to get violated by another American. You get what I'm saying?
That could be
so
true.
If that's the case, bro, that's kind of a whole different ball game, because either way, it's like if Trump was in, either one, she would have never had one in to begin with, or he would have had enough, close enough, at least to be able to talk to Putin and be like directly and be like, yo, let's figure something out where she could, get home, or the Marine could get, let's figure something out. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I don't think this is fair to say, oh, Biden got her. Biden did not really do nothing. He look at the person that he had to even trade to get this girl out. They called this nigga the merchant of death. Do you think you get that name in a place like Russia by just by being cool, bro? I do not think it's a good idea.
I mean,
bro.
like I said,
definitely earned that nickname.
But
I don't think it's a good idea. And you have to remember, this man has been sitting in American prisons, listening, getting details and information from people within American prison that also hate America. The things he's about to go back and tell Russia, I don't think it was worth it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that shit. I mean, it definitely not, like, it's one of them trades that is definitely not a fair. It's not a eye for an eye type trade. You know what I'm saying? And supposedly, it was supposed to be a trade, like, it was supposed to be Brittney Griner Brittney Griner and the Marine for that guy. But Russia's like, nah, we just doing 1-for-1 right now. So
that's even worse, because that means if that's true, that means they had an option to even to get the Marine, and they said no.
No, yeah, Russia said no. They was like, nah, we doing 1-for-1 right now. So,
but did Russia say we will only trade Brittney Griner, or did they say pick one?
I don't know. That's a good question, actually. I don't think they'll let that answer out.
Yeah, I actually no, not that y'all mentioned it. I don't think it was an article. I think it was, I don't know if it was something I was watching. It might have been on the news. I was watching it, but they did say that they tried to negotiate. I think I was listening to Stephen A. Smith, actually, because Stephen A. Smith, he'd be doing his research and stuff, and he was talking about Brittney Griner. They actually tried to negotiate something, but they did, like, before. I think before they could even like talk to Russia about the homie that's been there for 4 years, like, Russia already told them, like, he's out the question. Like, they're not letting him go.
Okay, so I'm saying if that's the case, that's different.
Yeah. No, that for a fact, like, regardless, they're not willing to negotiate nothing when it comes to that Marine. Like, they're not letting him go. They, like, from what it seems like. So,
okay.
Like,
That's okay.
Got you.
I wonder what that man did. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, they said they still working on them. This trade is, you know what I'm saying, one of them lopsided trades, but hey, like I said, I mean, the people was wanting it, and even though they said we didn't want it for an arms deal, or what else they was gonna do. Biden wasn't gonna get on the phone with Vladimir Putin and be like, hey buddy, let Brittney Griner. Nah, that ain't happening right now. So if y'all wanted it, if people wanted it, it's gonna have to be this way. This is how it's gonna be. That's how I put it.
Ultimately, though, you have to see that. Part of who your government is and who's running things has a big part on these kind of decisions, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And this is why, personally, I would think that it's better to have a more neutral kind of head government instead of a government that is completely liberal, you know what I'm saying, on one side, because, obviously,
I don't
think it's a good trade.
I think they need to keep old niggas out of government, bro.
You know what I mean? I feel like we might see repercussions from this that are not going to be good. Because I doubt that man's going to go over there and just be like, I'm going to chill. You know what I mean? I doubt that's going to be the case.
I think they just need to keep old niggas out the government, bro. We got fucking Vladimir Putin shitting himself. We got fucking Biden, damn near 80, 90 years old. Like, can we get some young niggas in the goddamn government? Because these old niggas, like, they be having their fucking mood swings and issues, bro, and mental issues.
And they can't handle the stress either. Like, did you see the look on Biden's face when somebody said, like, 4 more years? And then it looked like he's about to have a heart attack. He's like,
yeah. But the way shit is, if these niggas can't find nobody else, they will literally pressure this man into running again, just so that liberals have someone to vote for.
Bro need to go sit down and relax the rest of his life. Let young niggas take over, bro. At least I've been saying this. There needs to be a cap on these government politician head political figure, like when it comes to age, like at least 60 and younger, bro. That I
Yeah,
ain't
and
trying
then
to
because
sound
remember these
age-phobic,
laws.
but then it got to be like 60 and younger, like, and after 60, like, you know what I'm saying, do whatever, but you can't be head of the fucking these countries, bro,
Yeah,
because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
You
ridiculous.
got Putin is shitting himself, and
Yeah,
he supposedly
Yes.
has cancer. Like, come on, bro, let it go. It's ridiculous to me.
it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
no, I agree.
That's why, like,
What time you got, EJ?
11, make a wish.
Yeah,
Bling.
we did that. All right, now, so we're gonna keep up with the Brittney Griner thing because I'm sure, I'd assume they're like, there's probably 1,000 networks trying to get an interview out of her.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which I hope she does one soon and talks and lets us know what's going on out there. But yeah, we're gonna keep up with the Brittney Griner situation for sure. See what she does. See what happens. Last but not least, before we take off for the night, we're gonna talk about the Tory Lanez and the Meg Thee Stallion trial, which began today around noon. So a couple of things were like revealed in court, I guess, today that weren't originally released to the public or known to the public.
Yeah, she's a mixy girl.
Yeah, it's a mixy, very mixy,
Very mixy situation. Shit.
very mixy, very mixy situation. So one of the things that apparently is going to happen is that Meg, which was expected, is going to take the stand. When she takes the stand, she's expected to say that she visually saw with her own eyes Tory Lanez shoot her, which I'd imagine, unless they have severe evidence proving otherwise, it's going to be very hard to get a jury to not believe that, especially depending on what level of performance she gives on that stand.
True.
So not only that, but this other young lady that is involved, I don't remember what her name is,
Kelsey,
but this
Kelsey
young
something?
Kelsey, right? Kelsey. I couldn't
Yeah,
read
I
it.
seen that.
Kelsey's also involved. Kylie Jenner's involved. Corey Gamble's involved. So Kelsey is said to testify. Well, first let's separate this because these are all very different stories going on. So let's talk about the Meg and Kelsey side and their thing. Kelsey originally apparently was not going to be involved or testify, but she found out that Tory's legal team plans to pin her as a shooter.
That's super
So
mixy,
obviously,
bro.
as anyone would
That's
do,
wild.
yeah.
Yo, this nigga is different, son.
Somebody's got to be the
Oh,
shooter, bro.
God,
Because
bro.
at the end of the day, that's the thing.
You gonna
It's not
pin it
like
on
the
a
shot just
gal,
went
bro?
off.
Different.
Somebody
He's
got shot.
different for that.
So somebody got to be the
Different.
shooter, bro.
Yo, imagine that, bro. Yeah, I'm not even gonna testify. I'm not gonna. Yeah, he's gonna pin the shooting.
Like, word?
Alright,
Oh,
she
God.
did it.
Damn.
So
Oh my
obviously,
That's
god.
OD, bro. Tory got himself in some shit, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
yeah, man. I'm sure this is a night he sorely regrets. But so because of that information that Kelsey finds out, she decided, well, obviously, I'm gonna defend myself, and I'm going to point the gun or I'm gonna put the gun in Tory's hands, and her story is gonna be that that I guess that Tory was drunk and that he's the one who shot Meg in the car. So that's the side of that. And also, like I said, Kylie Jenner and Corey Gamble is involved. I don't know why Corey Gamble is hanging out with them, but so the Tory Lanez side, which I think is the hilariously interesting side, and which might very well be the true story, is that obviously Tory was getting close with Kylie, Meg and Kelsey was not fans of that, and that eventually Kylie went to Meg and told her, like, yo, you and Kelsey got to dip, y'all fucking up a party, and me and Tory Lanez are trying to get close. So I guess that's when they leave, and Tory Lanez, I guess, follows. And Tory Lanez, interestingly enough, claims that Kelsey and Meg Thee Stallion really are like frenemies because they've been having sex with a lot of the same dudes, including Ben Simmons, including but not limited to Ben Simmons and the baby. Which, interestingly enough, the baby has already admitted, and Meg Thee Stallion has confirmed, which I'm pretty sure her lawyers are now very upset that she did.
Very pissed off that she did. Yep.
Yeah, she confirmed she did have sex with the baby, and that is in. She said that publicly, and so if that's the case, that does make Tori's story look a little bit more true. That her and Kelsey are sleeping with all the same dudes. So Kelsey also was upset. Her and Kelsey got into a fight. That is when Kelsey grabbed the gun from wherever she got it from and accidentally shot Meg Stallion. I like that story better. That's the story I'm going with. You know what I'm saying? Just from my perspective.
Oh, you really think it was Kelsey, the girl?
I like the story. I heard it today, and I was like, I like that story. I like that story. That's all I'm saying. I like that story. That's the story. But
funny as hell.
But however you know, whether you want to believe that that's the story or not, that's what Tory Lanez and his lawyers are saying. And you have to admit, it serves for a far more interesting story than Meg Thee Stallion's, he just shot me because he was mad at me and he was drunk situation. You know what I'm saying? So the only other way I think Meg could shake this, interestingly, is that she could say, I really was sleeping with all these dudes, and Tory found out about it at the party. And then he got into a jealous rage, and that's when he grabbed the gun. And Kelsey was trying to told him that it was true because she also slept with these dudes, and that's when he shot at me. That is the only thing I think she could say at this point to make it look like completely like she's in the right and telling the truth. But obviously, she'd have to be admitting that she is a hoe that sleeps with all these dudes.
I feel like that story just got so much different. I feel like all of them lying. They all lying about something. they all got some kind of lie in there. But the main thing right now is who shot Megan. That's what really matters. You know what I'm saying?
Who pulled the trigger?
Yeah, who really pulled the trigger, right? Unfortunately, there's gun residue all over. There was all guns residue
Tory
all
and
over
Kelsey.
Tory and Kelsey. But that's honestly what really matters. Like, when it comes to whoever Meg Thee Stallion fucking or whoever Kelsey fucking, I mean, that's just cool for entertainment or whatever. Yeah.
No, dude, it pertains to the case now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for motive, but it also, I mean, that don't necessarily need to be the only motive, because like there's a whole thing of him saying that Tory Lanez was mad because him and Meg were saying something, and Meg said your music's all trash, and he was drunk. And apparently, he even called the next day. I don't know who he called, but it was from a jail phone, and was apologizing, like and this, that, and the other. I don't know I forgot if it was Meg Thee Stallion or if it was Kelsey, but he was apologizing to somebody and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
crazy.
I mean, that I don't think the sleep. I mean, I guess it is part of the case, but I feel like they really just need to find out whoever shot her, and you know what I'm saying, goes from there. Like, but there's probably dumb lies in that story, bro. Like crazy lies. I feel like Tory lying too. Tory ain't getting off easy. That nigga lying about something. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's just dumb lies in that motherfucker. And crazy that Meg Thee Stallion just lied about sleeping with Tory Lanez. Her legal team says that she lied that she did in court. You know what I'm saying? So.
Because she's a liar.
Yeah.
This woman's been lying about a lot of things that's been going on since this situation started, unfortunately. So
I think there's mad lies going on with that whole case. It's gonna be it will be hard to find it. It's either Kelsey or Tory who shot the gun. So like
I said, man, I'm going with Kelsey. I like the Kelsey.
That story sound like
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. I don't see it. It's possible.
I feel like Tory got mad. He said out loud, he's probably like, yo, because, and this is what they said, he was pushing on Kylie, and Meg started saying some shit. So he was like, yo, you cannot be mad at me for messing with Kylie because you fucking Ben Simmons. You fucking the baby. And the baby told me that himself. And that's when all of a sudden Kelsey was like, you fucking Ben Simmons, because she didn't know that. And then that's what led to the argument. And you know what I'm saying? So
I don't know. You also gotta remember, like, Tory Lanez is a hot head. Like, this man, he has that, what they call it the short man syndrome. Like, bro is like fucking
Neapolitis.
Yeah, whatever that is. That man is a hothead. Like, he just came off what he just punched what's his name in the mouth supposedly and lied about that, so he didn't do that. And like apparently then he get in some situation with Travis Scott a while back, or one of them boys.
Yeah.
And like so
That don't mean he shot nobody, bro. All what you saying cannot be proven in a court of law. And he's
Yeah.
not on trial for being a hothead. He's on trial for shooting Meg Thee Stallion.
Well, the punch that he did with the other nigga, that's
The what?
The punch that he just punched the other nigga. What's his name? When he fought that dude,
I don't know what you're talking about.
the most recent one. What's his name again?
Travis Scott?
No, the dude who just supposedly came out to be in GAY. What's his name again?
Being who?
What's his name, bro? He's the
Being
singer. The
Rainbow.
dude Jada Pinkett Smith was dating.
Oh, August Alsina.
August Alsina. Yeah. Tory Lane's that's a part of somebody just put August Alsina in the chat. Yeah, that's a part of the case too. Not like that's a part of like Tory Lane's situation. They're gonna use that against him in court.
Yeah, they're gonna use that, but that again,
And they can,
that
bro.
is not
I feel like they can. They can use that.
They can, but again, no. You have to think about what a jury is gonna. A jury has to make a decision, and a jury is not gonna assume, in my opinion, I don't think that just because this nigga got beef with other rappers, he shot a woman. That's gonna be the main thing his lawyer can use. Show us the history of rappers or rapper singers shooting other female rapper singers. None.
True.
Zero. If this was another rapper, easy. You know what I'm saying? No problem. It's gonna be very hard for a jury to say, because they're gonna be like, it looks like it would make more with this story. It looks like it would make more sense for her to get mad, Kelsey, and shoot her than Tory. You get what I'm saying? Because really, Tory just looks like a hothead nigga that's trying to get some coochie. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, I don't think it's gonna be easy for a jury to be like, yeah, he definitely shot her. The thing that really messes Meg up in this is the fact, especially if they can prove or get anyone to admit that she's truly sleeping with multiples of these guys, of these men. Because once you have that factor in there, it's okay. They weren't even in an exclusive relationship. So you eliminate the whole, he was in a jealous boyfriend rage and got mad and shot her. And you also eliminate the right for her to be mad at him flirting with Kylie. Because before that information, everyone just thought, he was flirting with Kylie. He was a bad cheating dude. He got mad because Meg called him and he shot her. You cannot use that angle if Meg is sleeping with half of the fucking Detroit Pistons or whoever that team is that Ben Simmons is on. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like they could kill that her beefing with the friend narrative was like, yo, what? We was just having sex with them dudes. That wasn't a part of it. It didn't matter to us. We was just fucking them dudes. That's all they really got to do.
Okay, say for example, Corey Gamble or Kylie Jenner sits on the stand, and if they're willing to tell the truth and not lie, and this happened, all Tory's lawyer would have to ask, did Miss Stallion and Miss Kelsey at any point during the night get into an argument over sleeping with the same man? Yes. Boom. Right there. It's that's motive for Kelsey to get the gun and shoot her.
Yeah, I mean,
makes sense.
Yeah, I feel.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like some movie shit.
Yeah, like I said, it's still that shit not gonna be easy. Depending on both of them, honestly, it's not gonna be easy to pin on either one of them, Tory or Kelsey.
I see it possible that both going down, especially if they both have gun residue on their hands.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just gonna be like court just be like, hey man, both of y'all motherfuckers just gonna do time for this. this bullet and call it a day, because that's gonna. How do you even prove? I mean, I get when it comes to what do you call it? Fingerprints on the gun, but then
I was gonna say the evidence. Yeah, I was about to say really they gotta get down to the evidence and shit. But really that's all it's gonna come down to. And then if they can't, get down to who it is, then everybody going down.
And then
until somebody claim it.
And then what I'm saying? I just don't understand apparently I seen Tory Lanez hit her up like I said the other day, apologizing and something else. There was something else. And I was like, I don't know what he apologized for, but I don't know. This just the whole case is just weird, bro. And like I said, I know there's just mad lying going on in that case, so it's just gonna be a really, really tough case.
Well, either way, if Tory or Kelsey or whoever, because maybe obviously it's either one of them two, because they're the only ones with gun residue. But whoever did it, I hope whoever did it gets punishment. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, because
my thing is though, okay, say Tory's legal team, say Tory actually says, hey, Kelsey is the one who shot this person? Like, is
Right.
anybody like gonna be like, "Hey, Tory snitching"? Like, is that a thing or not?
That's another thing. But listen, that's interesting you say that.
I'm like, yo, is that snitching?
shit.
All right.
That's interesting you say that because isn't Meg Thee Stallion technically snitching with this whole thing?
Yeah. I mean,
Isn't she technically a rapper?
Yeah,
Isn't she technically? Shouldn't she? Since women are supposed to have the same rights as men and all this stuff, shouldn't she technically be held to the same responsibilities as far as snitching that another rapper would do? Because think about this, right? Say this was
snitching.
two different rappers. Say this was Young Dolph who was at a party. God rest him, but he ain't alive. But say he was, and he was at a party with one of Yo Gotti's niggas and got shot. Do you think Young Dolph would be able to do the shit that Meg Thee Stallion would do right now, and everybody would be rallied behind him? They'd be like, no, nigga, you's a snitch.
Yeah.
Word. The whole
So
block
why should Meg Thee Stallion is gathering pity from the whole world when he's in the position she's in? She's technically not even supposed to be doing this thing that she's doing. And why is that she even got into the situation? She's hanging out with niggas with guns.
Yeah. So I mean, now it's just a case of just snitching. Everybody snitching on each other now.
But then niggas is not gonna look at it that way. But like you said, it is snitching. And when people want to snitch and bring shit into a police and courts, it puts everybody else in a position to have to snitch. Because right now, I'm pretty sure Kylie Jenner and Corey Gamble, besides just trying to find a way with their lawyers to not even have to go get involved, are probably thinking, what the hell am I about to go on the stand and say? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I gonna help?
Yeah, I guess in their case right now, Kylie, if she really kicked him out the party, she kicked Meg Thee Stallion out the party, she's probably gonna be like more, I don't know if she's gonna be biased. I don't know. You never know. Like, cause they seem like the type.
Like she would be if she had to be. I'd assume she doesn't want to,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I see, like she's not gonna ruin her, I guess, image or herself.
But if she has to,
like the truth type shit.
Boom. That's what I'm about to say. Like, I feel like she's the type of person that she's just gonna tell what really happened. And if she had to kick them out the party because Tory was all up on her, she's gonna say that, and that's not gonna look good. Not for Meg at all. You know what I'm saying? And then if she can also confirm that there was an argument with Kelsey, also not very good for Meg Thee Stallion.
I don't know if it's good, like, cause I mean, you think Meg is trying to protect the Kelsey chick?
No, I don't even because from what they were saying before is that they obviously weren't friends anymore or whatever, and that's another thing people were finding suspicious because they were like, why are they all of a sudden not friends? You know what I mean? Or why is she not coming to her defense? But beyond that, I don't think Kelsey's coming back necessarily to help Meg. She's just trying to clear her name. Like,
okay, so I think in this situation, like, it's not a thing of good or bad for Meg Thee Stallion. Like, I feel like they're just gonna find who shot Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think and that's another thing. Honestly speaking, I know some what I'd be saying, but if anything, I would not be surprised if Meg just truly does not know who shot her. Mm-hmm. But she's like, it gotta be Tory. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. We've all been in situations where there was two people we didn't know who did it, whatever. And we were like, you literally have to put shit together to figure out who did it. And you're still kind of just assuming if you ain't got no proof. So I don't blame her for wanting to get to the bottom of who shot me because, anybody would. But if she don't really have no proof or saw with her own eyes or heard him admit that he shot her, I don't think it's right for the way she's just like spearheading this at Tory Lanez. It's not right.
Yeah.
She could be like, yo, one of y'all shot me.
She also, what you said?
She could be more like, yeah, one of y'all shot me, and we're gonna find out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then
you're right. She is going in on. Like,
that's less snitching. That's look, somebody shot me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she really is going in and pinning it on Tory. But then Tory's trying to pin it on Kelsey.
And why does Kelsey have gunpowder on her hand? I mean, like the way gun residue works. After if you're directly next to somebody really close to them, yes, you can get it on you. I'm sure which will come up in court. We have to see how much of it was actually on her hand. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Tory's in a messed up situation because, like, okay, he has to, because he hasn't really publicly came out and said, I'm like, I didn't shoot her. It was Kelsey. He hasn't really came out, but his legal team, legal team is coming out saying that, but he's gonna have to testify that it was Kelsey. Like, it's just so messed up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He might not have to. First off, he might not even have to testify. In fact, I'd assume in cases like this, when you're the defendant, your lawyer normally tells you, do not touch the stand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
If you when you do that, they kind of consider you stupid. But if he had to, I feel like there's ways he could say, listen, bro, 2 people had gun residue on their hand, right? I didn't shoot her. You know what I'm saying?
Dry stitch.
You know?
It's a dry stitch.
I
We'll
ain't
do
had
the
no.
math, guys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
2
saying?
people.
You know what I mean?
That's funny. Like I said, but it's just a messed up situation, bro. It's like he's in for some shit. Kelsey's in for some shit too.
Yeah.
Facts.
Just being there, like they should just team up and really just fucking try and get themselves out of it, each other.
Oh yeah, that's
the only way.
But you see Corey fucked up because maybe Kelsey would have been willing to do that, but the minute her people told her, like, yo, this nigga saying you did the whole thing. He said you.
They really.
She's probably like, oh nah.
They really.
You know what I mean? And I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
Yeah, they really could have both got out that together. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The gun fell out the car and shit just went off.
This is all just sounding like a big game of who gonna get the dirt on their name, like it's a game of hot potato.
Word.
But hey, the unfortunates of today's world, the judge, the jury, all of that, they're gonna look at Tory Lanez. He the man in the situation. I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna go, and it's just the unfortunate.
Before I don't know if you saw the jurors.
Nah.
What the jurors are?
Nah. What are they?
12 women, 4 men.
Yeah, they're gonna look at Tory. They're gonna be like, "You the nigga in this situation. You going down for it, my boy. This shouldn't even got this far." That's what's gonna happen, realistically.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be a fair case for Tory.
No,
I don't know why he thought that his legal. This should have ended some other way, possibly.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it could have ended, but yeah, he's kind of in a unfair. He got an unfair advantage there.
Again, if he's the one who in any way pulled the trigger. Also, interesting what came up in court today is that everyone on paper has admitted to all their lawyers that no one heard anyone scream "dance, bitch." Apparently, only Meg Thee Stallion heard that. So, but if Tory did do this, he deserves to go to prison. For him, luckily, I feel like even if he's found solely responsible and guilty for this, the most he'll probably do is 2 years. I'd assume. Some people are saying he'll probably do even less, but at the end of the day, he does need to do time if he was stupid enough to go in that car and shoot that girl.
Regardless, if it was Tory or Kelsey, letting off the whole clip at Megan Thee Stallion's feet is OD, bro. Like,
did they know? Was it the next? Is it official that was the whole clip?
Apparently, it was the whole clip. Like the gun was empty. Well, I don't know how much was in the clip. I don't know, but it was empty. So they let off whatever was left in the gun.
I find it hard to believe six.
I think they said they heard 5 shots. I think they heard 5 shots.
5 shots and only one caught Shorty's foot.
I don't think
she got lucky
in a car.
They probably really wasn't aiming like. I don't think they was aiming like to hit her like that. I don't know. They're better off coming out and saying that whoever did it, like, yo, listen, I wasn't aiming at Meg Thee Stallion. I was just shooting in the air, and maybe it came down at her. I feel like they'd be better off that way. Like I was drunk.
That's another thing that makes me feel like Kelsey did it, because I feel like if Tory really did it, especially as like a man and a rapper, between him and his legal team, they'd be like, yeah, just say that shit, and he would just do it. You know what I'm saying? And because that would be so much more easier to but I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
That's gonna be a mixy case, but
I'm not admitting shit.
Mixy case.
Super mixy case. That's crazy.
Well, that's all we got for today. I don't know if you guys have anything else. Shout out. I don't know how much people was in the chat or whatever.
Sitting around 5-6 the whole time. Shout out everybody that
shout out everybody that pulled up.
Okay.
Shout out to y'all.
Facts. Shout out Leger. Yeah. So I don't know what else y'all got.
Yeah, I'm good. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Keep tuning in. We're gonna have snippets. Y'all get on the Instagram, like the snippets, and we got some dope announcements coming. Some dope stuff for 2023. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah.
Big facts. As far as announcements for me, I actually have a show this Saturday up in Albany If anybody wants tickets, you know what I'm saying, holler at your boy. I got a music video I'm shooting for New Year's. It's gonna be on my thing. Definitely need everybody to pull up. So yeah, just hit me directly if you try to participate. It's gonna be crazy.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
All right, y'all.